Oh, yeah. Freak out. Yeah, I'm looking right into the video scope, And this is Macho Man, #1 Macho Man impersonator, past, present, future, yeah. And I'm here to tell you, and you are watching 49er Minded with Bashar. Yeah, the cream of the crop. Dig it?
It's not just a thought process, but a way of life.
49er minded. 49er minded. I can't shake it. It's 49er mind that I got. It's 49er shine that I got. My psyche's on another Frisco Super Bowl. Don't sit slow, cause here we go with a super show. A red and gold session. About a red and gold obsession. With some well-controlled expressions. Let's talk about that win that we got. Who should have been in the spot? That's how it's been in the spot. All that back, all that crack, all that straight fumble sack. Or just dial it on up if you wanna talk smack. It don't matter what the storyline, as long as the story aligns with a 49er mind. 49er minded.
It's not just a thought process,
49er minded,
but a way of life. Bashar.
49er minded.
Way of life.
49er minded.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to a post-game edition of 49er Minded, a little later of a post-game. I got two wonderful guests that are going to help me out. Even though we lost, I'm really happy to bring these guys on. But before I do that, let me just say what's up to some fellow people in the chat who've been waiting patiently. We got Aaron Parker. How's it going, bro? Nice to have you on there. Really appreciate it. Tacky Wacky, not sure who you are, but you said you made it, so you're here. We appreciate you. What up, Kenny? How you doing, man? I know you're happy about this McCaffrey trade, but we didn't win today. I know it sucks. Master Andy Kraft, how you doing? Says Jimmy G is the only hope, they said. Kyle's offensive genius, too, they said. What up, Tony? Tony here. How you doing, man, from the Locker Room Rant? Let's bring our guests on. So we got Deon from Niner Gang Podcast. What's up, bro? How you doing? And we got John V from Locker Room Rant. How you doing, bro?
What's up, family? Good to see you, bro. Thanks for having me.
Good to see you. Under unfortunate circumstances, but we're all here. And Dan's here in the chat says, what's up, man? Glad to have you on here on 4 Live. Okay, so, 44-23 versus the Kansas City Chiefs. That score, regardless of who you're playing, is never pretty. And I don't even know what to say these days, man. It's really disappointing with this team right now. Supposedly we had the #1 defense, and it's not looking like it. And our offense has been struggling. And I don't even know what to say anymore. It's really pissing all of us off. Whoever wants to go ahead first.
For me, it was simple. There's a lot of people that basically were, very optimistic about this game. And I feel like people got ahead of themselves when we traded for Christian McCaffrey. And I wasn't going to be one of those people. I was like, well, he's here. Let's give it a little time. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we can do. And we'll go from there. And some people, like I said, they were very optimistic. Oh, man, we're getting healthy. We're going to beat the Chiefs. Pump the brakes. I didn't have faith we were going to win this game at all. And I called us to lose because I knew what was going to happen. And the situation was we can't get into a shootout with Patrick Mahomes. And we got into a shootout with Patrick Mahomes and got our ass handed to us by 3 fucking touchdowns. So while it's nice to have a great defense, it's nice to have confidence in your team. You don't want to just say shit and, make yourself look bad. I never felt like we would win this game strictly because I know Kansas City is a powerhouse, and we still have we don't have E-Man Mosley. He's out for the year. Jason Verrett seems to be taking continually longer and longer to get healthy. So we just got Mooney out there, and Mooney got work today, y'all. Sorry, he got work. So I don't need anybody out there trying to, be upset or anything. I'm just telling you the truth. These are the facts. The man got work today. We got worked as a defense. Like, it was bad, man. And the other thing is the offense did exactly what we couldn't do. you're going to play with Kansas City, you're going to need to score points. Or at a minimum, you're going to need to stop them. This defense couldn't stop anything. They were out there just getting beat in every which way you could think of. So, I mean, for me, that's my take for the moment. But go ahead, John.
Let's hear it, John. This is John from the Locker Room Rant. Really quick, though, if you guys don't know who these people are and you're not familiar with their YouTube channels, I did put their video links for their YouTube channels in the description box of this video. And they're great peeps who have collaborated with plenty of times in the past, and just really good people and big-time 49er fans who have a lot to say. Go ahead, John. Let them know.
What's up, family? I'm John from the Locker Room Rant. Two of my fellow hosts are in the chat, Nicholas and TCAF over there, Tony. Say what's up, fellas. Look, if I had to break this down in a nutshell, man, Mooney Ward was at best 60%. All right? And we have a habit of getting intimidated by our opponents and rushing back our hurt players, okay? So like, don't sit here and put JV on a pedestal and say we want what's best for JV. We want to take our time. We want to bring him back, slowly. We want to get this right. You owe each and every injured player that exact same energy. All right. So my problem is you're rushing guys back. We knew that this was potentially a loss when the schedule came out. All right. We knew that this game would be tough. We just knew it. Whether it's a rookie quarterback in Trey Lance or if it's Jimmy Garoppolo, either one are not fit to get into a shootout with Patty Mahomes. Okay. That's it. First and foremost. Andy Reid is excellent at what he does. Okay. He outcoached Kyle today. They outcoached D'Amico. Special teams has been hot garbage for time and time again. We're 32nd in the league. All right. In special teams. We're garbage. So I guess my whole problem here is that we played again another week with zero urgency. No creativity in the offense. None. Kyle was not creative in any form. Debo was non-existent. Okay? Was non-existent. We got this flashy new toy in Christian McCaffrey, and he played great. For a guy that's been here 2 days, he was fine. He was great. But are you trying to tell me that you couldn't use him similar to how we used Debo today? We couldn't get creative at the half? We couldn't, I mean, get in the huddle. Jimmy will tell you what to do. Somebody will tell you what to do. We couldn't put something creative, no trick plays, nothing, bro. Just this ass offense. It was ass. It had nothing that jumped out at you and said, this is the San Francisco 49ers. These are all of our weapons. Try and stop us. No, it was just ass. We looked flat. We didn't come out. We came out with the scripted plays. Man, the scripted plays, right? All the damn scripted plays. We always get downfield. We get either score or we'll put up a 3-burger, right? We'll get all the way down there and we can score on the scripted plays. Outside of the scripted plays, Jimmy is obsolete. Just done. Fish out of water.
That's what I said when I was on Mariah's channel the other day. I think I was on Mariah's channel. Oh, I was on there, but I must have said it somewhere else. But I just remember saying this, that like, Jimmy's always, I said on the NWO podcast with my boy Aaron for 49er First Takes. He said, what's up in the chat? This guy right here, really good dude. Said he was just popping in before his phone battery dies. Brandon is here from Forever Faithful podcast too. But what I was saying on the NWO podcast was, if Jimmy only plays well when it's scripted, just script the whole damn 4 quarters for the motherfucker. I mean, do something to make him fucking good, because what we're doing right now ain't fucking working, guys. I was on the Facebook chat with Deon and a few other peeps, and how many times did I say in the fucking first half? And we all fucking said it. Oh, well, if we're going to be settling for fucking field goals when we're in touchdown range, guess what? You can't do this bullshit against the Chiefs. You can't do it against any other NFL team, but you especially cannot do it with the fucking Chiefs. And like you said, a shootout with fucking Mahomes, maybe Josh Allen, a couple other peeps, Herbert or whoever the fuck. Definitely not our quarterback, and not even Trey Lance. Actually, nobody's gonna fucking beat. Nobody on our squad is gonna beat Mahomes in a fucking shootout. It just won't. And it just sucks. You know, we're at the 10-yard line. Oh, great, we're all happy. We're gonna score a fucking touchdown. Nope. Give it to Robbie Gould. Let him fucking kick his fucking field goals, man. I don't know what else to say about our offense. It's so irritating. And the blame does go to Shanahan, but a lot of blame still goes to Jimmy too. I'm always going to blame Jimmy because I'm sorry. That's the bullshit that I see on the field week in and week out.
He's the quarterback. He has to be blamed at some point. And the crazy thing is so I was listening to the post-game interviews, and I did hear someone ask necessarily if, you know, he kind of lays into Jimmy about the shit that happens, and then he just basically passed it off as, well, Jimmy's not the only person here. And he's not the only person to blame for the loss. So let's just take a look at the drives for Kansas City. And this is what's going to blow your mind. So Kansas City's first drive, what do we do? Interception, tip drill, Gibson, and Hufanga. You got to love that, right? And we actually turned the turnover into points, people. We scored a touchdown. Let's look at what happened with Kansas City after that interception that we scored a touchdown on. Let's see. Touchdown, missed field goal, second half, touchdown. Oh, look, there's another touchdown. And they punt at the end of the game. Notice something striking there? They were scoring fucking points. Now let's look at the 49ers for just a quick sec. Let's see what they have here. So, first drive is a field goal. Next drive, what do we have here? A touchdown off the turnover. After that, another field goal. After that, a punt. After that, Jimmy throws an interception like a dumbass. Then we go into the end of the half. Second half, what do we have? A field goal, then a touchdown. Jimmy gets sacked for a safety. Now that play was on Trent Williams and on Jimmy Garoppolo. It's on Trent because he got beat on that edge. Clark beat the brakes off of him. He just ran right past him. So what does that tell me? That high ankle sprain probably wasn't healed all the way to what you needed. You know, deferring to what John said earlier, we're rushing players back before they need to be back. So what happens? We got Jimmy in the end zone. Now you're running. You mean to tell me that helmet is that damn big? You don't have any peripheral vision? You don't know that big bastard is coming off that edge to sack you? And you get sacked in the end zone.
But how about the play before that where Jimmy walked into a fucking sandwich of D tackles?
How do you walk
into a sandwich?
How do you walk into a sandwich?
Like they were going to hug him.
I felt like he was trying. I think this is what he was trying to do. I think he was trying to climb in the pocket. Here's the issue. The pocket was fine. He didn't need to go anywhere. And on that dumbass interception that he threw, you know who he missed standing there wide open? Jeff Wilson Jr. And you know what? Jeff Wilson Jr., you wind up getting a little bit of shit too because Jimmy threw a touchdown right to you. But he wasn't looking. Yep. Ball falls right to the ground. Mm-hmm. So the other thing that killed me in this game was, think about it like this. We have 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. We are down 3 touchdowns. Why are we running a hurry-up offense as if we're going to score 3 times in 6 minutes and stop the Chiefs in that time span? Where was that urgency last week when we actually had a chance, when our defense was actually playing well versus Atlanta? So, seeing all of these things, I don't understand where all these people were clamoring. Like, you know, I literally, the first game of the season, saw a fan, a young girl, with a sign, holding up a sign that says, "We want Jimmy."
Mm-hmm. I was there. I was at the game.
This is what you wanted? You wanted this guy? I literally gave, like, people don't understand. I gave Jimmy a break, man. I gave him a break before the Atlanta game. I was being nice. Now he's out here doing the same fuck shit that he's been doing.
With a new weapon, with a brand new toy, with a new weapon.
You got CMC in the backfield. Now, Christian McCaffrey did damn good for what he had, man. CMC literally had 8 carries for 38 yards. That's 4.8 yards a carry. Good. And he had 2 catches. He had 2 targets. He caught both of them for 24 yards. That's 12 yards a catch. You can't ask much more from the kid. And he doesn't know the fucking playbook. He doesn't understand that terminology. He just fucking got here a couple days ago. So I wasn't expecting Christian McCaffrey to go out there and be a world beater. But what the fuck, man? Jimmy, you get on the field and stink up the joint. And you got and there are people out. I'm telling you, so many people out there. I met a dude. Shout out to DJ Rabbit. He DJs for a couple of different places in one of the bars, literally right down the street from my house. I met him when I was eating breakfast this morning with my wife at IHOP. And what happens? He looks, he sees my hat, and he's like, "Hey," and, he asked me, "How do you feel?" We ain't winning this game. Nah, man, we got this. We got CMC. We're good, blah, blah, blah. I was like, I love the optimism. Not going to happen. And what happens? We get the brakes beat off of us by 3 touchdowns.
Yeah. I love the passion from both John V and Deon. I just want to shout out a few people. We got a great turnout in the chat. I love you guys. Some really close friends of mine in here. Actually, one the guy who was on my chat, who I've known way back from the days of Candlestick, who dropped the CMC news while I was live with Platform 246. I see him in the chat too. What up, 49 Tone? Let's hear what he has to say. He's extremely passionate. He says, Jimmy sucks, but what makes this worse is our so-called Super Bowl caliber defense. Exactly right. They totally laid down today. I agree. Shanahan is to blame. This is 6 fucking years of ineptness with his side of the ball. And he had one more thing. He had one other comment. He said, we hired Shannon because he's a so-called offensive genius. Bullshit. 6 years later, we still have questions about our quarterback and our offense still struggling. And all this falls on Kyle and fire his ass. Yeah, you're still sticking to it, Tone. I love your passion, man.
49er Tone, I don't know you, man, but we just became like, this is a step.
You met him before. You met Tone at the tailgate before the Kansas City game. He was with me.
Okay.
Yeah, light skinned dude with the I think he was wearing glasses. Yeah. He's a YouTuber. Yep.
We just became best friends. Yup. Want to go do karate and kick shot Kyle Shanahan in the face? Yup. Like this shit, bro. Like fuck. My number one thing with the people that continue to vouch and who are overly optimistic is, I'm sorry, you have evidence for years in front of you. This isn't the guy. But you know what I can say? He ain't going no motherfucking where. So we're gonna have to stick with him. And I don't get me wrong. The idea of Trey Lance and Christian McCaffrey, along with Elijah Mitchell in the backfield, is very enticing. Here's the problem. Is my coach going to allow my quarterback to throw the ball, or are we just going to run him into the ground again? Not 100% sure what you're going to do. But these are things that we see. And for all those people out there loving on Jimmy Garoppolo, when he goes out there and shits the bed like he did today, please, by all means, go out there and tell him he shit the bed. Because our head coach obviously seems to think he's above reproach. He doesn't need that. If Bill Belichick can chew out Tom fucking Brady, who has 7 Super Bowl rings, why you can't bring Jimmy Garoppolo, who has no Super Bowl rings because he was just on the team?
Yeah, I got you, man. I'm gonna say what's up to a few other people because we got a whole lot of people coming in. It's been a while since I've seen these guys. So I definitely got to show them some love. E. Kim, Korean 49er. I know who you are, man, from the Grant Cone chats. Says Bashar and crew. Kyle had 6 years to get a starting quarterback and is now 42 and 46. Yeah, he sure is. What up, Nick, from the locker room rant? Said Jimmy, I was going to bring up Jimmy some stat line. Said Jimmy threw for 300 yards and 2 touchdowns. He left the interception out there and the fumble too, and the safety. But the safety was kind of Trent Williams too. I get that. But yeah, there's plenty of blame to go around. I'm not saying Jimmy, doesn't deserve blame. He obviously does, and so do some other people. What up, Tommy Huxley, the badass guitarist, says the defense couldn't stop a nosebleed. It's discouraging because we were so hyped about this D'Amico Ryan-led defense, and I made a joke to Deon. I was like, does D'Amico stay now? Or his coaching offer is not going to be there anymore? Because it's not. We lost for the fucking Falcons, Mariota, which should not have happened, especially in that fashion. And now it's like we look really bad our defense looked really bad against the Chiefs. And I thought it looked better. We mentioned Mooney. We were all hyped up for Mooney, and it's like I don't know if the coaches. I don't know what Mooney was showing in practice, but if he was showing he was playing like ass in practice, I would have been like, you know what? I think you're a little slowed down on this injury. You're not looking good, but I don't know. And let me see what's up to a couple others I missed. 49ers throwback. What's up, bro? Says, hey, Deon, give him Deon some love. Dan Castillo. What's up, bro? Long time no see. Says, running game was on point. Should have switched it up. This loss goes to a whole team. The running game was good in spurts, but there wasn't that consistency of the running game when we were really, really – and then there were times where we thought we'd get something, and then they started stopping around. I think they started stacking the box on us. Platform 246 says, James is horrible. Had him on my show the other night. What up, No Border Sports? Ryan from the I collab with him on the NWO podcast, Night of World Order. Great point right here. He says the penalties fucked us at every crucial point in the game. Yep. How sloppy were we, John V? I mean, weren't we sloppy in this game?
No discipline on either side of the ball today, dude. We were just when I say to you, we were outcoached in every aspect of this game. It's all you have to say, because to rehash the fucking penalties tonight were awful. We hadn't given up a touchdown in San Francisco yet, right? So we got beat 2 weeks in a row, 2 different ways. Mahomes had a clean pocket all fucking game. Barely left the line of scrimmage. That dude stayed in the pocket, made his throws. He rolled out occasionally, but that dude had a clean pocket, so he had no reason to go anywhere. He just made throw after throw after throw from the pocket, all right? Last week, Mariota runs all over us like Randall Cunningham, all right? So I ask you this with hurt pieces on the field, because Jimmy Ward had no fucking business out there with a club on. No fucking business at all with a hand wrapped up in a cast playing, all right? Mooney Ward had no business out there today. Mike McGlinchey with a fucked up calf, and he's fucked up every which way from Friday anyway, so he had no business out there, all right? Brendel is garbage. We need a center. I'm like we needed to, I was okay with losing this game today and getting fucking dog walked at that. I was okay with getting dog walked with our backups in. Okay. I was good with this so that all the fellas, Bosa included, could get healthy to fucking dog walk the Rams next week and to go into the bye at 4-4, get healthy, and find some fucking creativity in this offense. Find some creative opportunities. Create opportunities in space. We did nothing with Debo today. We were not creative with Ayuk. We were not creative with Debo. We could have been creative with CMC, but I'll give you the 2 days that he's been here. Let's not put too much on the kid. But if push comes to shove in a non-conference game, that really doesn't really make a difference. Try some shit. Try some trick plays. Do something, bro. You saw the meme with the little stick figure with a stick that says, fucking do something, bro. I mean, why do I have to fucking stress myself on Twitter and come on channels and yell and get my blood pressure up, scream and yell? Why do I have to say it? Like, don't you motherfuckers know what you're doing over there? Don't you know that you got beat 2 weeks in a row, 2 different ways? 2 different ways. This defense got tested against a team in Atlanta that puts up over 20 points and can hang. You knew goddamn well that you were going to play Kansas City. And on 4-3, you're going to kick a fucking field goal? No.
Field goals don't cut it against teams like that.
Bro. No, bro, not at all. Because we're not a come from behind football team to begin with. We're just not.
I've said this
We
before.
put hurt assets out there. We put hurt assets out there to only re-injure themselves and set themselves back.
Let me say what's up to some people that I'm forgetting because so many people are coming here. I love you guys. Mariah, I'll never forget you. We collabed the other day, and I'm always watching your show. We got mad love for you, Mariah. We always appreciate you. You know how it is. David Sousa, what's up, bro? I know who you are. I know exactly who you are. Sentinel says, I cannot, what's up, bro? I cannot monetarily support this team that exists right now. I told myself that after Lance got hurt, I'm sorry. I didn't want to spend no more money on this team. No merch tickets or otherwise will be purchased by me or the Niners until Shanahan and Jimmy are off this team. I'm not giving a dime. Damn, all right. And a new guy up in here, Beyond Reason, says Trent Williams will still hurt. Oh, yeah, it looked like it. He didn't look the same. And T Breezy, what up, bro? For all the way from the ATL, says Banana Shanahan when losing Paxton, it's game over. Oh, yes. Go ahead, Deon. I know you got a lot on your chest, bro.
So I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Patrick Mahomes is a destructive quarterback. You cannot take any breaks while playing him. You don't believe me? Go back 3 years ago and watch what Kyle did versus Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl. He got comfortable. We all know Kyle listens to Lil Wayne. We all indicated that his son Carter was possibly named Carter due to him listening to a little bit of Weezy. You know, Weezy made a song that literally says, don't you get too comfortable. Kyle, you can't get comfortable, sir. And you know what we did again? Jimmy had to throw more than we ran. And you know what happens when Jimmy Garoppolo throws the ball more than we run the ball? What just happened today? What just happened the week before? We take L's. So for some ungodly reason, we put players out there that shouldn't have been out there that were injured. The penalties just fucking destroyed us. Like, we beat ourselves with those penalties. Good God, there was nothing we could do. We just didn't know how to play football today. And I'm sorry, we got a bunch of soft-ass players on the squad. Because nobody has any balls to go into that locker room and tear somebody up. Nobody has the balls to call a players-only meeting and say, hey, look, we out here looking like hot shit on the stick. You know what I'm saying? We look like fucking sewer water and fucking roadkill on the field. We need to fix this shit. We need to do it now. We need to do it ASAP. And I don't understand why nobody will do that. I literally remember, do you guys remember that fucking press conference when we were 3-5 and everybody was like, oh, we don't need to be yelled at. You know, we can just talk to each other. You know, everything's going to be okay. The fuck is you talking about? Like, to take it backwards, Dante Pettis needed a therapist to let him know Kyle was yelling at him because he believed in him. Dante, what the fuck? Your father was a baseball player. You had to play sports growing up. You don't understand when a coach is riding you. He's only riding you because he sees potential. When a coach does not ride you and you usually sit on the bench, that's because he knows you fucking suck. But in this instant, you have to make sure that you play as disciplined as you possibly can against an opponent like this. Now, the funny thing is, I think we go out to Levi South and take our frustrations out on the Rams. I honestly think we go in there and beat the shit out of them because we upset, because we were hurt, and because we weren't able to stop anybody. But it's really weird that in this game, Mecole Hardman just ripped us a brand new asshole. And we knew the usual suspects. It's real simple. Stop Kelsey. Stop Hardman. Will Patrick Mahomes find other options? Yes. But at least those are lesser options that are more prone to mistakes. If I shut down Travis Kelsey and Mecole Hardman, I'm forcing you to throw to tired legs, McKinnon, run the ball with Clyde Edwards-Helaire, all of that shit. But if I'm just allowing these guys to do whatever they want to do, then I'm not doing the right thing. Juju Smith-Schuster's touchdown, I'm just wondering how the fuck he was that open. Then they replayed it. I'm like, oh, Fred went with Travis. Travis was covered, Fred. You should have stayed in your zone, and you would have been able to at least pick that off or knock it down. Or at least we get to Mahomes and sack it.
Fred's been sucking. Let's be honest. Fred's not playing up to the money that he's getting paid. Okay. Fred Warner today was fucking ghost. Okay. And that doesn't go without saying. We made Nicole Hardman and MVS, who are average fucking receivers. Okay. They're not great receivers.
How about Mecole Hardman twice in the fucking red zone? He catch a little short little swing pass, and then he was running through our D like he was Bo Jackson. You see how confident he was running through our defense?
He had no fear. No fear.
They got those guys in open space. San Francisco could not play their game today. We could not get our playmakers in open space. We could not do that. Dude, I when I say to you, and I got my fucking goofball friend Nick in the chat over there with his head.
He said some shit.
If he come up for some air today and watch the fucking game, he wouldn't have this opinion. But he had his face downright in the zipper. So I'm gonna tell you this right now. All right. The offense, when you're looking at the box score, when you're looking at the offensive production, it doesn't translate to what we saw on the field today, right? It didn't. Today was George Kittle and Jimmy Garoppolo. They went out on a date.
National Tight End Day. National Tight End Day.
It was National Tight End Day and Sweethearts Day and every other fucking day when Jimmy and George pair up. Because Jimmy and George today made this game all about them. Oh, I'm not going to make you look bad on Tight Ends Day, George. I'm going to feed you the ball, George. Just get out there and I'll throw it. I'll hospitalize your ass if I have to. It's all good. Then we get into the red zone and we choose to throw the ball to Ray McCloud, the shortest motherfucker in the lineup, who doesn't even track the fucking ball to get up into the air and try to make a catch or disrupt the pass, disrupt the interception. He did nothing. That motherfucker's feet didn't leave the ground. So
go ahead.
Where is the offensive production in the red zone? Why are we not creative anymore? Debo was throwing passes better than Jimmy last year.
And I was gonna say on that Ray McCloud, to Jimmy G, the Ray play. I get it. Jimmy G threw a touchdown pass and he padded his stats or whatever, but that was the most wobbly looking short touchdown pass I have seen since my days of watching football. I can't. That was just the one to Ray McCloud, the touchdown. You see how wobbly that shit was?
The one that Ray had to come in clean up.
Yeah, that was the most. Looked like a fucking bad punt. It was so damn wobbly. It was wobbling
in Jimmy's defense, I think he got hit as he let go of that ball.
He got hit as he let go. Yeah, he got hit as he let go. They called call a penalty on that one.
So Ray does what Ray's supposed to do. You know what the Niners don't do? They know they got a fucking limited quarterback, and they watch the short shit. Motherfucker, move to it. Ray did it today for once. He went to the ball. He went towards his shitty pass.
I think he's learning how Jimmy throws shit. And speaking of which, we actually threw one to Danny Gray for a change, but it wasn't successful. One thing that Nick said in the chat, though, I wanted you to cover this, John, and you and Deon can go both chime in on this one. Nick, our buddy Nicholas Akalaitis, if I'm saying that right, said Jimmy has as many picks as Mahomes did, but that's not saying Jimmy is as good as Mahomes. I mean, what are you saying, dude?
You want to open that door, Nick? All right, this is what I'm going to tell you.
Open it so we can shut it on his
opinions are like penis. Assholes. Everybody has one. Let me explain this to you. Nick, I know you like Jimmy. You do. I've watched you many times in the locker room, Brett. You do. He appreciates Jimmy Garoppolo. In the offseason, when we were trying to figure out where he was going to go and where we could get rid of him, Nick seemed to be very open to the opportunity of putting Jimmy Garoppolo in his quarterback room, which is really weird to me. So my thing is, the number one problem that we have is Jimmy does when he makes his mistakes are at the worst times. We are in the red zone. If you throw that ball to Jeff Wilson Jr., he walks in for a TD. But no. We're running away from pressure, and I'm going to loft the ball to George Kittle? Like, it doesn't make sense when you do that. Like, you can't keep making excuses for the guy. He sucks. And the other thing I wanted to say is, please, people, stop clamoring for Brock Purdy. Did you see what the fuck happened at the end of the game? He looked even worse.
He's a rookie.
So you put this dude out there, and it's really gonna go left. Like the other reason that I don't want Purdy on the field is I am not going to lie to you. I feel this way, and I will never come off of it. If you put Brock Purdy on the field because Jimmy is having a shitty year, but you couldn't do that for Trey Lance last year, that is a slap in the face to Trey Lance. And if I was him and I saw that happen, I would look and be like, look, man, the minute I get healed, I want out this motherfucker. I don't want to be here. Why? Because you put Mr. Irrelevant in, and you put him in because Jimmy's playing shitty.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. You said he never had Lance do mop-up duty last year, right? Right? You're right. Mm-hmm.
Like, think about that. Like, I would, bro, I'd look at him and be like, nah, man, y'all definitely don't respect me. But I don't pay too much attention to Nick. I know John well enough, and I've watched the locker room rant. He gets kicked out so many fucking times during the show.
If you guys aren't subscribed to the locker room rant,
shit like this.
If you guys aren't subscribed to the locker room rant, you have to. John V's on there. He's already, as fiery as he always is. Passionate guy. Tony, he's a Buffalo Bills fan. Nick, who's in the chat, actually. I think Tony's still in the chat too. Yeah, Tony's in the chat too. Nick is the Browns fan. And it's a great mix of best friends that grew up with each other, but they don't have the same opinions, obviously.
And Tony is awesome because Tony actually understands the 49ers frustration. Like, he literally will I remember he literally straight up said, the 49ers fans are used to greatness. So when you slap them in the face with mediocrity like Jimmy Garoppolo, it's fucking horrible. Yeah. And I'm sorry for all of the people out there. I know there's a lot of content creators that love Kyle Shanahan's dirty draws. But let me ask you a question. Somebody put it in the chat a little earlier. 42 and 46, no Super Bowls. I don't give a fuck that you went. You didn't win. Like, you don't have anything to show for that. We're 6 years deep. Any other head coach would be fired. Doug Peterson won the Super Bowl. Philly fired his ass, and he actually won the fucking thing. Kyle has done nothing since he's been here that tells us that he deserves to be here long term. I am sorry. If I'm an owner of a team and I have a new head coach, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna tell that head coach, you got 3 years. 3 years at a max. And you know why? Because at 3 years, you can build this fucking team. You can figure out what you need to do. You can get the players in here that you need to get. If it's about money, come talk to me. We'll figure it out. I'll drop some coin. We'll figure out the salary cap. We'll get somebody in here as a good GM. But I'm going to give you 3 years. If in 3 years you ain't been in the playoffs and I don't have Super Bowl, you can get the fuck on. And you're not going to continue. You can't keep giving them excuse of injuries every year. Every team is injured. Every team gets injuries. The shit happens year in and year out. The fucking Giants are 6-1 people. The Giants, who we expected nothing from. The NFC East has 3 playoff contenders. The Eagles, the Giants, and the fucking Cowboys. And Dak Prescott looked like shit. But this is what happens. And we literally are now down in the division because Seattle found a way to beat the Chargers. Like, what are we doing? Stop putting people on a pedestal and they don't belong there.
Look, I can't replace Kyle until we have. I can't replace Kyle until there's actually someone worth replacing him for. Because whether we like it or we don't, we still made an NFC Championship game last year. Kyle can't look. The fact is, we don't have Mike McDaniel, and I said this when Mike McDaniel was rumored to leave San Francisco, get a head coaching job. I said those two dudes worked together for more than half of their career. They had over 15 years together. That's two great minds are better than one. And I said that over and over and over again, that somebody is responsible for the creativity and someone is responsible for the scheme, getting players open. All right. So Kyle is still getting guys open. Jimmy's just fucking incompetent and can't hit them. Okay. He doesn't see them because he's still one fucking read. He's a one-trick pony. One read, that's it. It has to be perfect or it's not going to work. It has to be scripted or it doesn't work. People, get your heads out of Jimmy's jeans. I'm telling you. It's a one-read quarterback, and it doesn't work anymore. We are too transparent. Everyone knows what we're going to do before we're going to do it. Danny Gray came out today. Danny fucking Gray. Motherfucker. If I'm a goddamn defensive coordinator and I see Danny Gray, if you gave me the iPad for one play and I just so happen to see Danny Gray trot onto the field, what do I know? What does everybody in this fucking chat know? What do we know on this panel?
He's going deep.
What do we know? He's going deep.
Route.
And this motherfucker can't throw deep. So now Jimmy throws this ugly fucking air ball with zero velocity. So it goes up in the air and it stays there. It's almost like it got caught in something. It's like it got stuck in the fucking air.
They hang like Joey Mahoney. Like Joey Mahoney says, when Jimmy G throws his deep balls, they hang up in the air like punts. They look like punts.
They do.
And it sucks because we saw in the preseason when Trey Lance is in there, look at the flick of that wrist like that. Fucking 50 yards in the air. Boom, easy touchdown to Danny Gray. We're like, wow, this is going to be so sick. We finally have a deep ball element and a speedy, deep threat receiver in on the mix of our already good receiving core. And it's like a guy who's fucking useless right now. He hasn't done shit all year long. And when we do try to get in the ball, it doesn't work, obviously. Let me see what's up to some other people really quick. I know some other people came in. My cousin's actually here. He's a Seahawks fan. Really good dude, though. He's like a little brother to me. Yeah, hey, man, they're 4-3 and they won today. I was trying to pop him on the screen and show him some love. I don't know how come I don't see him no more. He made a little funny joke about Jeff Garcia, actually.
They said fire Jeff Garcia.
I saw it.
Yeah, if I find him again, I'll put it up in here. But it's just, I mean, there's plenty of blame to go around in this game, and it sucks. I mean, the most disheartening thing, obviously, we keep mentioning it. We mentioned it a few times. The defense. I mean, with D'Amico Ryans, who people are assuming is going to leave and get a new coaching job, he's going to get his bag somewhere else. Which seems obvious, but I don't see this as a number one defense anymore either. Here's Francis right here. That's my cousin. He's a Seahawks fan. Well, he lives all the way in Michigan now, but he grew up in Seattle. Just fire Jeff Garcia. He's just joking though. He's just making fun of us. But but like this pass rush was so fire. All these other games, and like we get to this game and we get Bosa back. I'm like, okay, cool, Drake Jackson, and we get that one sack with Bosa, but it's like. I noticed they were kind of like chopping at Bosa a little bit to get those little quick passes going. I noticed that to make Bosa irrelevant at times. At one time they called a penalty, but it's like, man, dude, this guy Mahomes just had you can't give Mahomes that much time to throw. I don't care what ranking your defense is or who your D coordinator is, or even though we had Hufanga made an interception earlier in the game and we had Mooney out there and just didn't look good with Mooney, but you can never give Mahomes time to throw, and that's what we did today, and it sucked.
Yeah, if you give Mahomes
is excellent.
Yeah, if you give him any kind of time, he's going to find a way to make a play. The kid is just that great. The thing that killed me about Bosa was, so he lines up off sides. The next thing, what you do as a defensive line is play together. If you see a guy is lined up off sides, hey, get back. Do that. But what's weird is the 49ers running this fucking formation where they shift everybody to the right and leave Bosa all the way to the left by his motherfucking self. Nobody decided to look over there and look down at his hand in his head and go, dipshit, move back. And I'm not saying Bosa is dumb, but I mean, have you ever heard the guy talk? He sounds
he sounds like he's high all the time.
bro, dude sound like he smoked weed on a consistent basis. Like, and that's the thing. Like, when I saw that, I was like, why did nobody check? Why didn't nobody look? Like, as a defensive lineman, as an offensive lineman, you want to make sure that your guys are good. And McGlinchey, oh Jesus Christ, he looked horrible.
Yeah, I don't want him back next year. I don't want that guy.
Frank Clark bull rushed the shit out of his ass. I thought
that was Jones. I thought that was.
Oh,
Jones.
my bad. That was Jones.
Chris Jones. Right?
He literally got up under his pads and ran him right back into Jimmy Garoppolo like it was nothing. That almost reminds me of what the Cowboy did a few years ago, some years back.
Against the Saints, right? On Bushrod.
Against the Saints. Yeah, he bull rushed Bushrod and literally just reached over him and sacked fucking.
Yeah, it was almost as if Bushrod had sacked him Breeze.
That
was how bad he got pushed back.
And like when you see that, like that kind of power is unbridled. It's just unleashed, and it's unfair for offensive lineman. We all know that Mike McGlinchey is ass when it comes to pass pro anyway. But the biggest thing is, once again, I go back to it. Jimmy had to throw more than we ran. You have to find a way to Patrick Mahomes. The way you beat him, control the clock and sound defense. The number one thing you don't do is you don't play zone. You do not do that because you give him too many holes that he can find and he can pick apart. See,
coverage was so soft, bro.
Oh, the coverage was so soft, man, and that's part of what happened. And you know, it's Christian McCaffrey
playing it safe. How many blitzes did you see?
None. I don't even remember any.
How many blitzes?
No, actually, no. We blitzed a lot. It just never got home because the ball was already gone by the time the person that was blitzing was getting there. I saw them send Huff on a few different blitzes, and I even think I saw them try to send Fred once or twice. But the thing is it's not effective when the quarterback is so good at getting the ball out quick enough you can even get home.
He can see the open man, unlike our quarterback.
Yeah, and he actually can read a defense and know somebody's coming, unlike Jimmy, who sometimes will literally stand there and let a motherfucker just run right at him, and he'll be like, oh, I didn't see him.
Okay.
I saw such flat blitzes, dude, if any at all. I was watching the defense, bro. It's like Bosa was either hopped up on pain meds and just out I'm just telling you, bro, these guys didn't belong on the field today.
Nope.
They just look like shells of themselves. It wasn't even right.
Okay, I'm not here to shit on 49er fans because, you know, we're all supposed to love each other or whatever and kumbaya, but can we, and maybe I shouldn't even have to say this, but can we stop with the fucking Super Bowl talk? I heard Super Bowl for God knows how many weeks, and I was saying it right off the bat. Like, why are we talking Super Bowl? It's way too early in the season for any team to talk Super Bowl, let alone our team. And it's like games like this to pretty much slap you right in the face and tell you, do not say this team is winning the Super Bowl or going to the Super Bowl. Don't even fucking mention it. Wait till you even fucking get a playoff berth. Then you might want to say a few things, but just let the fucking season play out. I just had to say that, guys.
No, I agree with you wholeheartedly. You know who should be talking Super Bowl, if anybody? Philly. Yeah. Just saying. Still ain't lost the game. If Philly fans start thinking Super Bowl, that's okay. You make sense. But when you're out here and you're 3-4 and you're possibly, you know, looking at things, and Jimmy had the nerve to get up there and say, yeah, we shouldn't hit the panic button already. We got some things to clean up. So here's the thing. Last week, you decided to show up and actually take responsibility for the bullshit that you put on the field. This week, you go right back to being Mr. It's the team's fault, and you can't even take the responsibility again. You have to get better at that. Like, I don't know what people are thinking as far as this team, but I get optimism, but you can't be overly optimistic. Because you have to be realistic in the same vein. You have to know that when your team is getting beat and they're losing in certain ways, and you know what it is, and you still can't figure it out, that you need to slow down on that optimism. I swear to you, there were so many Niner fans that swore up and down we were going to win this game. And I kept telling people, y'all have no idea. Y'all must not watch. I don't know what's going on. I don't know where the confidence came from, but I truthfully believe that when CMC was here, everybody thought that magically the 49ers season was just going to turn into a fucking Cinderella story. We was going to turn it, the pumpkin was turning into a carriage, and the rats turned into a horse and all that bullshit. And next thing you know, basically midnight struck a hell of a lot sooner than fucking midnight. It struck earlier today at about, 4:30 or something like that? Like, it was fucking insane.
All right, so I'm going to bring up another guest really quick before I do that. I want to say something. Kenny, what's up? He was really excited about the CMC pickup. Huge running back guy, good buddy of mine. Said Pete Carroll has Geno Smith looking better than Jimmy. He does. If you look at Geno's stat line, it's really nice, actually. He played like ass against us, but against other teams, it's looking pretty good. And I'm going to bring up Brandon from the Forever Faithful podcast. What's up, bro? Late arrival. How you doing, bro? Anything on your mind?
Our team is fucking horrible. Let's just put it that way. Our so-called elite defense that everybody's been talking about, where the fuck were they today? I know you guys already talked about this shit, but
what you gotta say.
Honestly, dude, like the fucking both sides of the fucking ball just literally look like shit. I mean, and Kansas City's defense is not even that great. For crying out loud, the Raiders' fucking defense look better than ours.
I didn't mean to laugh real quick when he said that, bro. I just saw E. Kim's comment. He said the team looked like Wile E. Coyote falling off a cliff.
Yeah, well, did we? We sure did.
It did.
Yeah. I mean, it didn't seem like anybody showed up tonight or today. Like, I mean, you'd think with this trade that happened on Thursday, you'd think maybe there'd be some boost of confidence in this team at all. It wasn't.
Yeah, you think so? I mean, when I wasn't expecting CMC to dominate everything, I was expecting him to be sprinkled in a little bit, and he got a little bit more run than I thought. And he looked like the best Niner running back I've seen in quite some time. But never did I think that, oh wow, CMC is going to totally put us over the hump this game. I knew what we were facing, and I didn't think it was going to be this bad though. But I knew that we were facing a really tough team.
Could have been creative with him though.
Yeah, exactly.
Could have been creative with him. He's not a rookie. He's a 5.5 year top 5 running back in the league. You couldn't use him in the slot. You couldn't do something. You couldn't get him open in space. I'm telling you, family, the loss of McDaniel is showing week in and week out. I'm telling you. And for anybody that says otherwise, like, show me different. Show me different. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me that Shanahan was the genius, that he taught McDaniel everything he knew. Okay. Well, you know what? Sometimes the student the student outplays the teacher. Right?
Happened to us in the
playoffs. Come on, dude. Like, two good minds are better than one. I don't give a shit. I mean, it's the only thing that doesn't make sense because the personnel is still the same. So what the fuck is missing? We could sit here and we can go on show after show after show. And we can cry that this fucking team looks like shit every day till next Sunday. But something still fucking remains. There's no fucking creativity, and we lack the urgency to execute, bro. We don't look right. Now, how long is it going to take for the players to jump on board and be like, look, McDaniel was the guy?
Yeah, and you saw that also too with Tua back in tonight. You see how well they're playing again.
Oh, he played today. Okay.
Yeah.
He was on the field. That is correct. Because my thing was I stopped picking when I did my weekly game picks. I stopped picking the Dolphins until Tua came back because he's the guy. It's nice when Teddy Bridgewater is in, but I literally every game I watch, I literally write down what I see on our offensive drives. I usually don't do our defense because they're pretty good. Today was ass, and I almost started tracking what they did, but I write down what I see because I look at things from a different angle. And I'm sorry, Jimmy Garoppolo, you're trash, bro. You're hot garbage. And we have to deal with the fact that you're the starter. And that's how you know you get the brakes beat off of you when they put the backup in.
Yep.
Mop up for the rest of the game. And we put Brock Purdy in, but that didn't seem to help much of anything. I'm baffled. And I don't think that this is going to be a trend for this defense. I think the defense will figure it out. I'm honestly more worried about the offense and what we can't do, because at the end of the day, when you look at it, we scored in every single quarter. We actually did. But here's where the problem lies. Between the second and third quarter, we had 6 fucking points, and both of them were off field goals. You cannot take your time and kick a field goal against Patrick Mahomes. You can't. And I don't know what teams in the league are thinking. And here was the easiest thing you could have done. You know how you beat the Chiefs? You watch the Chargers and you watch the Raiders, because they seem to give them fits every single time. They never beat them by a mile. It's always a struggle. You know why? They see them twice a year, so it's easier. So why wouldn't you, as D'Amico, look at that game plan and say, this is what worked? I may not have the right person, the exact same personnel, but I can make so-and-so do this. I can have so-and-so do that, and I can probably put this guy here. But you didn't do that. Obviously, you continue to play this damn soft zone-ass defense. And we let them convert those ridiculous third downs. That really destroyed us.
Never got off.
You have someone on a 3rd and 20, get them off the field, bro. Get them off the field. And don't allow that shit.
I want to mention something.
Oh my God, go ahead.
I got this is a little off topic, but apparently, I feel bad for the guy Wayne Breezy, who I don't know. I think did he have 5,000 subs?
He had almost 6.
Fucking kid hacked his fucking channel today. It sucks.
Yep.
So I'm gonna post up his new channel link. Everybody, please subscribe to this new channel that Wayne Breezy has.
Yeah.
It's a really great content creator, great dude. He's been on here before, and
that's the second time somebody fucked his Instagram off too.
Yeah,
why are they coming after Breezy like that? He's such a good dude.
No, this one kind of hits hard, because this gentleman that he put up to manage the TikTok was
he was talking about that dude earlier.
Yeah, this is the same dude that today was managing the Nightbot in the chat today. Program, Sizzling Sunday. You noticed that Nightbot was in there today? Talking all kinds of shit and putting everybody in their place.
I saw that.
Something tells me now IT is one of my specialties in the backside. Something tells me that this young man hacked Breezy's account with Nightbot. I think the Nightbot was in there doing what Nightbot's supposed to do, but I think it was also collecting data. And I think that it played off. So this young man is like younger than a 13-year-old, 11, 12 years old.
Yep.
Took over Breezy's channel today, post game. So Breezy's losing money after the fact.
Yeah.
And he's just been, I watched him on Nothing But Nice today, bro, and he was so defeated, and it broke my heart. Bro, it broke my heart. Deon, if you saw him, he had lost the urge to move forward with this shit. He said, fuck podcasting. It just he didn't mean it, bro.
I think he's doing it full time too, man.
He stopped teaching because he went to podcasting full time. Like I literally have watched Breezy and Mariah, shout out to Mariah, both of them stopped doing what they were normally doing to go full time with the podcasting. People out there, this is not a walk in the park. You have to build your platform from the ground up, and you have to be able to get everybody in. And when you get to the 1,000 subscribers, then you can monetize. When you get to certain amount of watch hours, there's so much that goes into this. And it's really fucked up when somebody comes in and does that to you. It's really not cool at all. I don't like that, and I'm not cool with that. If you put that link in there, man, I'm definitely going to resubscribe because I watch him week in and week. That's my dog. Like, he is such a good person, a good human being. And for somebody to do that to him, man, when they fucked his Instagram account off, that wasn't too bad for him. He was like, it happens. Yeah, I'm all right, I'm good. But that's your main source of income, and that's horrible, man. You fucking with that man's family and his money. And I can tell you right now, bro, whoever you are out there, if something happens, believe me, karma's a bitch. Karma will come.
Oh yeah, I don't wish anything bad on a little kid, but I
don't wish anything bad on you, but I'm just telling you, karma exists. So when you have that, you do something stupid like that, and something happens, then this is your own problem.
Yeah.
Family, if you know how hard he works, if you know how hard Breezy works and how much he puts into this and how
he busts his ass, man. He really does, and that's hard.
Dude, I can't
imagine.
Looking at him on MPN's channel right now, you could just tell that he's just so defeated, man. Like, I feel so bad for him.
I mean, it broke my heart. Tony messaged me. He's like, dude, Breezy's losing it right now, man. He just broke down, and I felt so bad. I saw it, bro. I saw it in his eyes, dude. He had to step away. Mm-hmm. It's just, I just, man, leave a man's work alone.
Seriously.
Go play Fortnite. Get the hell out of here, bro.
What the hell? Dude, this kid literally went live tonight, like maybe 2 hours ago, and this fool was just trolling everybody in the chat. He was in the dark, right?
Yeah, I've seen it.
And then he would turn on the light with a shirt over his head and start dancing, and then he would turn it back off. And then he did it a couple times. So I'm like, dude, are you serious, man?
Yeah, that sucks. I hated to put the bump of the road into the Niner talk, but it's our boy, and I want to put it out there for other people to subscribe. And I pinned it as the main topic. If you look at the pinned comment, and I retweeted it, so a lot of people are tagging this tweet for his new channel, and just definitely check it out. Great dude, Breezy does not deserve it, and he really was going all the way up too with this.
Breezy, if you out there, man, you are fantastic. You are great. You are awesome. This is not a moment to let yourself be defeated, brother. I know it's harder. It's easier said than done, but we all believe in you. We all back you up. We are all here with you. Anything like that happens, man, we all here. We gonna ride with you. Nothing's gonna change. Do not let this defeat you, man. I know it's gonna be hard right now in this moment for you to feel like it's not that way. And I know you probably upset. And I know kind words right now ain't going to cut it, but we are here with you. We got nothing but love for you. We know you will get right back to where you were, and you will be able to go ahead and make sure that you get back to doing exactly what you do, man. You're an amazing podcaster. You're an amazing human being. You're a great person. And I'm sorry that this happened to you, but don't let it stop you, man. Continue to keep going. You are and always will be loved by all of us and appreciated by all of us for everything that you do. I can tell you this, bro. I've had my channel for years. I'm barely at even 500 fucking subscribers. Breezy just started this shit this year and skyrocketed to fucking top. So that tells you how much work he puts in and how great of a dude he is. You know what I'm saying? Breezy went from just hanging out by himself doing the thing to bringing in Moles, bringing in Peachy, bringing in Fair. And Moles had his own channel already, but him and Breezy just had that instant connection. And boom, now he's here. Peachy was there, one of the few women that we have that loves Niner football and can talk the talk. That's the biggest thing. She talks to talk like you ain't finna go up to her with a football conversation. She finna look at you like she's stupid. She knows what the fuck she's talking about. You know what I'm saying? And he put that crew together. He definitely did.
This affects all of them, dude. They
And it
all went
affects
down.
everybody, bro, man. And that hurts my heart that somebody would be that, that fucked up, to do that to him, man. And I'm that's not okay. And like I said, I don't wish nothing evil on nobody. I'm just telling you, karma exists. It's real. And you got to be real mindful of the shit that you do because you reap what you sow. If anybody out there has ever read the Bible, it's right there. You reap what you sow. So we continually support you, Breezy. We love you, man. We are here for you. If you need to talk anything, you know how to get a hold of me. I'm always here for you, bro. Doesn't matter what time of the night. I know you're going through a rough time right now, but I don't want you to give up on yourself. You're too great and too fantastic of a person and too great at what you do for us to lose you and, due to some little punk ass kid doing something stupid. But I know it's tough right now. If you need your time, you take your time. And when you're ready to get back into it, you need any of us. You let us know. We right here, man.
Yeah. And, make sure you get these mods like to the people that you really know and that you can trust because you can see what happened.
And that's weird. I don't know who he threw into the mix with that, but I guess that's the guy that messed it up for him. I don't know. That's weird. Feel bad for the dude,
That's
man.
what happens when you have a good heart, bro.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
You try to help people out, and for people that are out there saying like, how could you do this? And there was some insensitive comments in the MBN chat regarding Breezy's trust and who he put it into. And it's like he said, and I'm gonna repeat it. A fucking hacker doesn't tell you he's gonna hack you.
Yeah.
This is what they do. You don't think he knows that he made a mistake? And some of y'all butt hurt because of this fucking ass whooping that you should have fucking seen coming. You want to fucking come in here and take your shit out on Breezy? Well, he provides content that you can't.
Yep.
So think fucking twice when you hit a man while he's down with your stupid ass, insensitive comments, bro. Just don't talk. It pissed me off so bad. And thank God Bashar sent me the link when he did because I almost fucking went off in the chat.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It was such, we are a fucking family of faithful. We are so big. We are everywhere. But there are some of you that are so fucking insensitive to others.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of assholes
you would
out there.
rethink what you said.
But you're saying thank God for me sending you what link? I wasn't sure what link you were talking about.
No,
when you said that you had sent me the link to here,
okay,
you sent that to me, man, and I came right over, bro, because I was reading such just ignorant, insensitive remarks.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't see that.
It's like he says it, man. It's like Deon said, bro. He makes a living from this. This is his life. This is what he does. This is his day job. This is what he does. It can't be my day job. Nick would have me out on the street fucking starved. But
I don't make money off this.
I love when he does it like that, bro. The coolest thing. See, the coolest thing about the locker room rant is these are truthfully 3 friends that grew up and rag on each other like that. I have two really good friends, Chris and Aaron, and those are my dogs, man. If I ever did a show with them, we probably would never get to the sports because we were too busy talking shit to each other. But it brings you together because you see the dynamic, man. And it's like we can talk shit to each other like that. But let somebody from the outside come in and run their fucking mouth. We're not having that. So, we're here. We're here for you, Breezy. We got nothing but love, man. We're gonna always be here for you. I just hit the sub button on you on that new channel, man.
I did
it's
too.
68. Everybody continue. Destroy that fucking subscription button, man. Yeah. Debo it, Will Smith it, whatever the fuck you want to call it. You got to get that man right back up to where he was. It's not fair that somebody came in on some fucking childish shit and did that. We already had a hell of a day with this fucked up ass law.
Exactly.
Like that.
And
Is just,
Jesse Naylor lost his channel in a similar manner, and now he has more subs than when he initially did. So
Yeah.
there
he
might be a
did.
silver
He
lining to
did.
this.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
remember that.
I just tweeted out the link too on the podcast page, so hopefully people.
Yeah, man.
Okay, yeah, and I retweeted it, so it's out there on Twitter, and that's on pinned on here. So we're gonna be on here for a little bit longer. Any last thoughts about this game? Again, any last thoughts you want to say about this game? We can have, and then after that, have a couple thoughts about the upcoming game against the Rams.
For me, I'll just say this: defense couldn't stop anything today. Offense, the ineptitude of being able to score is still, it's still hindering us from being able to win games. And special teams, you got to get your shit together, man. Fuck, I forget that dude's name, but he murdered us on special teams. That motherfucker went insane. What is his name? He was running. He even ran a couple of times. It was Pacheco. Yeah, Pacheco. I mean, the last name sounds like this motherfucker should be like riding a horse or fucking playing hockey or some shit. Like, I don't even know how the fuck this dude's in the NFL, but
Isaiah Pacheco.
Yeah, Pacheco, he kicked our ass. So we have to be better in all phases of the game. We've got to get healthy, and we've got to lock in, man. We still got to do a lot, but that's for me, that we've got to lock in and we've got to get better, and we've got to try our best to keep the faith.
Mm-hmm. What up, Corey? He says, tough loss, guys. Let's skin the Lambs next week. Yeah, we need to.
Yeah.
It's Levi South, so we're better.
I just hope that we didn't set ourselves back today. I'm telling you guys, my final thoughts on this before we lay this game to rest is we did not need to put guys out there today that were not ready to be out there. If you're 80%, you're 80%.
That's true.
Mooney Ward was 60%.
Yeah, Mooney Ward looked like 60. Yeah.
He didn't turn his head today. He couldn't step. They ran Wasp. Man. They fucking ran Wasp today with MVS, or was that Juju?
I think it was Juju.
They hit us with the Super Bowl shake, bro. They hit us with that play today. Was it Juju or was it MVS?
I think it was Juju.
Who burnt Mooney on that?
It was Juju. It was Juju.
It was Juju. Okay.
It was Juju.
It's just like, it's like when you go back and you watch this tape, if you were talking, there were talks that you were the number one defense in football. You did not play like the number one defense in football. So we play down to our opponent. We typically play better against better teams. But you know what, family? Our best game was against the Rams. Is that our best game? I mean, that was our toughest opponent, because Carolina was we beat the brakes off Carolina. But
and they somehow pulled a rabbit out of their ass today and made shitting on Tom Brady.
Dude, Tom's receivers are not catching the ball. Mike Evans had an touchdown, walking in, dropping passes. I mean, I don't know what's happening in the league, man. But the Seahawks are number one in the division right now. And we clowned on them. I mean, we fucking clowned on them. Hardcore. We talk so much shit about the Seattle Seahawks. You notice that? Do you see a pattern here, fam? We talk shit so much that we don't own it. Like we just gotta stop, bro. We gotta stop talking shit, because it comes back and bites us.
Yeah, I wish we did do that, Kim. I wish we did that. What up, Deon? Did you already give your last thoughts, Deon? Or?
Oh yeah, I'm good, man.
Okay.
As far as for the Lamb Chops game, I think this is where we get back on track, honestly. That's the hard part. I think we get back on track. We go to Levi South, we beat the shit out of them and take our anger and frustration out on them. And hopefully that starts a good rally for us as it pertains to them. They have no running game, and the only person that we have to really stop is Cooper Kupp, because the rest of the people on the team don't fucking exist. Matthew Stafford literally is just as bad as Aaron Rodgers right now, with only having one guy to depend on. So I think we can go in and beat the Lamb Chops next week. But, there's got to be a lot on defense that changes, and we have to be ready and able to go ahead and get things going. We couldn't do it against Pat Mahomes because he's ridiculously fantastic, but we all know that what's his name? Matthew Stafford ain't going nowhere, and he ain't doing much of shit.
And their O-line's still not good.
Yeah. We should do work against our O-line like we did last time. The only positive I can think of today, if there is a positive, is that hey, no serious injuries. I didn't check the injury report either, of course, but didn't Greenlaw get hurt, I think, or something? And I know we saw a little bit of CMCS. The only two good things I could think of. Other than that, I mean, it's off to play the Rams again. The only team we seem to do well against, it seems like now. So, yeah.
I was gonna say, how many passes did Jimmy have this week?
How many times he threw?
He threw the ball 37 times. Yeah, I talked about that.
How much? Yeah. Oh, and how many times did we run?
We ran the ball 21 times.
So
I said this last week.
Yeah, you did.
Nice if we ran more.
When we have a lopsided situation where we run more than we pass more, we win. When you force the game into Jimmy Garoppolo's hands, you lose. He does not win. He cannot come from behind. It's not built like that.
Yeah, so let me say what's up to David McNew. Says Deon Bashar, what's up? He says, John V, I have no idea what your name is, but what's up? He's talking to you, Brandon. That's Brandon from the Forever Faithful podcast. Check him out. Look up Forever Faithful podcast.
What's up, McNew?
And yeah, Kim's right. Yeah, Greenlaw did get hurt. You're right. What up, Damian Lee says, what's up, David McNew? Yeah, so we're pretty much, we've dropped a good amount of F-bombs today and let our frustrations out. I really appreciate John V being on here, Niner Gang podcast, and B-Dubs. Just each and every one of you, just tell everybody where they can find you before we close this out.
Deon, go ahead, bro.
Niner Gang podcast, man, on YouTube, 49er_Deon on Instagram, at SwiftD on Twitter. But yeah, man, like and subscribe. Definitely gonna continue to keep putting out content.
Go ahead, Brandon.
You can find me on Twitter at FFPod49. Also, my personal page is right here at BDubs49. We're also on Instagram, Forever Faithful Podcast, spelled all the way out, and TikTok, Forever Faithful Podcast, YouTube, Forever Faithful Podcast.
And the Warrior stuff we do?
Oh, yeah. And we also do some Warrior podcasts, Locked In GSW podcast. But yeah.
That's Brandon. So what up, John? Tell him where they can find you.
Oh, we'll also be doing a show tomorrow night as well.
Okay, there you go.
For the Niner one.
Fam, you can catch me at Vernoose. That's my last name right there, family. You can catch me on the Locker Room Rant on Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern. Two of my best friends, Nick and Tony, a Buffalo Bills fan, a Browns fan, fucking Browns fan, a 49er fan, and myself. We chop it up. We talk about our respective teams. We talk about the rest of the league. We talk about basketball. We'll talk the Major League Baseball. We talk all sports, family. If you've got a favorite squad, if it's not a football team, if it's a baseball team or a basketball team, if you want to talk racing, I don't like it, but I will talk racing. We talk anything you want to talk about, life and everything in between. Come check us out, 9 p.m. Eastern, Tuesdays.
Okay, and if I could sum up today's game in one picture, it would be this. I think that's quite fitting. So yeah. So did you guys see it?
I saw it.
All right, so I really appreciate
me after this. That's me when I sign off right now, bro. When I go lay on my pillow, I'm a cry.
I figured I had to give us all a little laugh, some comic relief before we close it out. What's up, Brandon?
Did you guys hear what Patrick Willis said about the defense today?
Go ahead.
Do you guys want to hear it real quick?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely so.
All right. Let's see.
And
share the screen.
Yeah, go ahead. Are you giving me a request to share the screen? Okay, there you go. Here we go.
You got to get your take on the game. This was the worst defensive performance by the 49ers in this building. 44 points allowed. What did you see from the game?
Yeah, it just looked like, from what little I got to see, like they had a lot of explosive plays. I feel like you want to be a great defense, you can't allow that many big plays, and today they allowed a lot of them. So.
And I agree with you. Too many big plays. Remember, no edge to the defense. How many? McCole Hardman, 3 touchdowns rushing on the ground. Do you think that we could have played in a game like that was that bad defensively during our years?
To be honest with you, I don't know. No. I don't think so, because just knowing the guys that we had, we was all about the awareness of setting the edge, bringing everything back to the defense, and You gotta get your take on the game. This was.
First of all, real quick, I don't want to hear shit from Dante Whitner.
Yeah, he said.
I don't want to hear a motherfucking word from you, Dante Whitner. You dick riding Jimmy G, motherfucker, you. And if I ever meet you in person, I'll say it to your fucking face. I ain't afraid of nobody. I ain't afraid of no man. Only thing I fear is God. This motherfucker had the nerve to get on TV. And I'm sorry I'm cussing a lot on your channel, Bashar. But you had the nerve to get on television and tell us to get behind Jimmy Garoppolo and how we were still going to bring things back. And you got the nerve to sit up here and tell Patrick Willis, we've ever done that? No.
He said 16-0. He said we're going 16-0 with Jimmy.
Hello.
He literally said that. There's a video.
And
we think I'm making it up.
We 3-4 right now, Dante.
Exactly.
What's happening? You've been hanging out with Mr. Kitty Cat over there in Chicago. That's what you've been doing. Getting you brainwashed and shit. Playing with kittens and fucking.
Is that where he gets his wardrobe from?
Must be, bro, because you can't. How you gonna sit up there and talk crap about the defense, but you was just over here loving on Jimmy Garoppolo? Fuck out of here, man.
All right, guys, it's been a lot of fun here, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm thankful for each and every one of you guys. You definitely check these guys out. I put their links in their social media, to their YouTube channels in the description box of this video. Again, maybe hopefully next week we have some better things to talk about. Again, thank you guys for watching 49er Minded, where we get into the minds of 49er fans. Keep repping those 49ers and stay 49er minded. Peace.
Later, fam.
Come on, 49er faithful, let's get it.
Because it's 49er mind.
We gotta do this one time for the Empire.
It's 49er mind. It's 49er mind.
We gotta get that brick by brick real quick.
49er mind.
Yeah. Yo, we can't listen to them haters, man.
49er mind.
We from the Bay.
49er mind.
We them San Francisco 49ers.
49er mind.
We got that red and gold blood inside us.